It was a good performance. I don't think we deserved to lose. I think in terms of both boxes and chances created, I thought a draw would have been a fair result. I thought we played really well, especially when you consider, we lose Dominic midweek, and in midfield we're having to, Alex is playing in there. He's not a natural number 6. I thought he was superb in the game, and against a really good opponent. So you expect them to have more possession. They generally do. They didn't really hurt us. We had a moment of lack of concentration, which the penalty was probably, for me, the only real difference in the game.
And Ben, do you know much about?
Yeah, he's got a small fracture of his fibular muscle, so bone. So it'd be, I think, months more than weeks for sure, but I don't know how long.
Sticking to the obvious, fans were watching the game. It's pretty obvious where the area where you need to immediately strengthen. You've said this already, but that really is that what was missing from the final play.
Yeah, and I thought the lads up there did well, to be fair, because the mobility of them, they gave Chelsea lots of problems with their mobility, and we're creating 1v1 situations, and another day I think we get a goal through that anyway, so that's fair play to the lads today. I wasn't concerned about anything, but of course Dominic won't be out forever. Dominic's going to be a few weeks, as we say, but of course if we can find other options up there that can help us be more clinical in the box, because I thought the performance was good against the top team today. And the energy of the team was great. The defensive structure of the team and how they stuck to what we wanted to do was great from start to finish. And we gave them a lot of problems and couldn't quite get that. Probably had 3 or 4 fairly good chances. That another day, if you score one of those, you don't lose the game.
Paddy, Frank, could you maybe talk us through the decision to start Anthony in that central role? I know you had other options. You spoke about Gary the other day. So what was it about Anthony that you liked that central role, and how do you think he did overall?
Thought we did well. Like you're saying, I didn't have a load of options in terms of that. I probably could have chosen Anthony or Damari or Dele probably to play in there, so it was just purely a choice of taking Anthony, because I think his attributes of speed in central areas to drop between lines and turn quickly, and to also maybe run into areas that Chelsea didn't want him to run into, which he did, was going to be a problem for them. So I think for me, the mobility of the front three was good on the ball. I thought they worked hard off the ball. You could see they were tired at different phases of the game, and the phase just before the penalty was one of those phases where we allowed them to play a couple of balls through that we weren't allowing before. But as I say, I think the performance was good considering we played without a striker, but of course you maybe missed that clinical edge.
And obviously Alex Iwobi played really well in the number 6 role. What do you see as his best position moving forward? He's obviously really versatile. What do you see as his best position?
The good thing with Alex is I don't think it matters, and because of his attitude and personality and humility, it doesn't batter an eyelid what I ask him to do. Some players do. So 6, 8, winger, wing back, number 10, he does them all, and does them without needing that much instruction. We gave him and Dukes some particular instruction today because of the threat of Chelsea playing through the lines, and they dealt with it brilliantly, and their energy and their quality. I thought they were both really good in there today.
Yeah.
What are the time frames on Ben Godfrey and getting me in Frank, and if they are out for a while, does that mean that you might have to dip into the market and get a new defender in?
We'll see on that point. I think Ben, we're thinking 2 or 3 months. That's a really quick assessment, so please don't quote me too heavily on that, because we'll probably find that out in the next couple of days. Jerry, I've got no idea on what that is. We don't have an idea. We're assessing that this evening. As you see, I think with the game, Mason comes on for Ben, so we've got cover there. I brought Ruben on to be a bit more aggressive later on in the game. I put Miko left side centre half, so we can work there. Keno's there as well, and Keno's a more than solid member of the squad. So we have options to cover those areas, and we'll have to assess the injuries and in the short term, we've got options to play in those positions.
Obviously, Andrew Onana in the stands today. How much can you say on him, and what will he bring to Everton?
Well, we're nearly there with it. That's why he's here, obviously. So we're nearly finalised on that one. He's a fantastically talented young player, great attributes. I'm not sure how much people here in this country would have seen him, but we've watched him, we've followed him for a long time. We worked very hard to bring him to the club, and I think he's going to be a really big player for us. Physicality, quality on the ball, energy, defensive attributes as an all-round midfield player. So I don't want to put too much on his shoulders at this point, but we're delighted to get him here, and we'll see him play. But we also have to obviously remember, if we get this done, be a bit patient with him because he's a young player, and that's the profile of players at times you want to bring in, because I think they're exciting for everybody in the building and everybody that supports Everton. So we're pleased to get him.